Hello, YouTube friends. This is Richard Mabey with Richard Mabey Presents. It's Thursday, January 11th, 2024. In the evening, it's now 20 minutes past 6 in the evening. The camera just shook. Opie just jumped from the table, the dining room table, to the bar, or whatever you want to call it, the counter, the bar, whatever you call it. So, not that we have a bar in our house, that's the thing. It's like in the island. So, this is my dad's actual photograph album from his work days. My dad worked as a long distance truck driver, and after the war, I hope he's there. He's knocking everything down. I'll be right back. And I'm back. He's a character. Yeah, he wants his treats. So we have like little bric-a-brac on the counter, and he's knocking things over. He's a little character. You see the little snowman in the background here. There. It's like a 2x4, and it's with cutting slanted slices in it, and you put the Christmas cards in that. So it's pretty cool. Now, right after the war, my dad and his brother Edward, who also came home from the war, my dad was in the Army Air Corps, and my uncle Ed was in the Navy. So they came home from the war, and they formed Mabey Brothers Trucking Company. Here's like one of the rare pictures of one of their trucks. Get close up. You can see the name Mabey here. I don't know if you can get it right there. You can see the name Mabey. This is an old picture here. So yeah, my dad owned his own trucking company for a while. And then he worked, I don't know, maybe in, 1962, he started working for Maine Trucking and Rigging in Patterson. Now, this is a big story. There's this big, huge piece of machinery. And this my dad was driving the truck, and this made every major newspaper in New Jersey. No joke. I mean, every major daily newspaper in New Jersey. And also, Dad was on the New York News, Channel 7, Channel 2, Channel 4, Channel 7, Channel 9. Had the microphone. Mr. Mabey, what do you think? And my dad, this was a true act of heroism. This was on This occurred on January 29th, 1963. And if it wasn't for my dad's quick thinking, presence of mind, and keeping a cool, calm, collected outlook on things, it would have been a disaster, and a lot of people would have been killed. So at any rate, and I went to school in Lincoln Park, Chapel Hill School, and at that time in '63, I think it was. I think they had Ryerson School back then. I'm not sure, but I think they had Ryerson School, but they didn't have Pine Brook School yet. So as you walked into the schoolhouse, there was a bulletin board there, and these clippings made the bulletin board. And it was Mrs. Jacob Chick's 4th grade class. I was 9 years old. I think there's going to be gunfight at the OK Corral here. No, they're good. Okay, so yeah, and I was in 4th grade, and Mrs. Jacob Chick actually mentioned it in her classroom. And my buddy Stu was in Mrs. Jacob Chick's class with me. I don't know if Stu's watching this now, but if he remembers that. Here it is. This is a beautiful picture of the machinery with my dad's truck. Beautiful picture here. And this is, I believe this is in Dover, New Jersey. And if I remember right, it came from Picatinny Arsenal and was going to New York City. Ooh, what's this? That's an old photo of Dad. I'll show that another time. So anyway, here's another picture. This is a big machine. There's snow on the ground. So not only what happened was the transmission, what they say with the exact wording in the paper, transmission snapped in the truck. Boy, this book is so fragile. I don't want to ruin this book, believe me. There's another shot of it, another picture of it. This is, you can see, there's my dad standing right there. And you can see, my dad was 6 foot tall. So you can see the proportion, how huge this was. This was like, Operation Moonbase kind of thing. I don't know exactly what it was. It had to do with, now this is this was a big daily paper in New Jersey called The Advance, Morris County's fastest growing newspaper out of Dover, New Jersey, which is a pretty big city in northeast New Jersey or northern New Jersey. Wednesday, January 30th, 1963. And here it is in the paper. And this was on the front page. I wish my dad, but I wish I had the front. I remember this made the front page. There it is, the Daily Advance. Big time. Man, let me see. Now here I gotta be able to keep an eye on this. There it is. This is like out of Moonbase or Star Trek or something, or Star Wars or something. Huge piece of machinery there. From Picatinny Arsenal. Now, there's the headline right there. Front page news. My dad made the front page of the big Daily Advance. I'll read this caption here. It says, Moving Day dash, huge 16-foot high tank manufactured by local concern, slowed traffic everywhere when it moved from East Blackwell Street, that's a main street in Dover, Monday. So that was, Monday, January 29th. And this made the front page of the Daily Advance on Wednesday, January 30th. The impregnator, I guess that's what they called it, the impregnator. Used for high voltage cables is the first of 3 earmarked for a Patterson company. Story below. And you've got the big Coven tank on truck slows Blackwell Street. Dover dash for approximately 45 minutes on Monday morning. Traffic in the eastbound lane of Blackwell Street was at a near standstill while workmen from the main trucking and rigging company of Patterson, New Jersey, endeavored to move 30 tons 30 tons of steel through the town on its way to its Patterson destination. The steel was in form of first was in this guy's writing for the big daily paper, right? Oh man. Was in form of first of 3 impregnating tanks to be assembled by L.O. Coven and Brothers of Rich Boyston Road and shipped to Okanite Cable Company of Patterson. The remaining 2 will be shipped within the next few weeks. totally in the moment here. I'm totally in the moment. Oh. Fellow YouTuber. Where was I now? Head of the crew moving the tank was Richard Mabey. They didn't put the senior in. The machine measures 16 feet in diameter and 18 feet in length. With truck driver, oh my goodness gracious, the whole crew was there. My Uncle Edward and my Uncle Jerry. It was really like, it was, Maine Trucking Marine was like a continuation of Mabey Brothers Trucking. I didn't realize Uncle Ed and Uncle Jerry were there too. 3 other workmen beside the 3 Mabey brothers also aided in the operation. Interesting. So I had really, maybe I read this 10 years ago or so, and I had forgotten that Uncle Jerry and Uncle Ed were on the, but Dad was the man. Dad was the foreman of this whole thing. Here, this is the Herald News. This was a big paper. Big daily paper out of Passaic. And I'm really got to be careful of this because I'm telling you, it made every daily paper and the big, I don't want to, you can see it. The Herald News, big daily paper in New Jersey. And there it is. I mean, it's like a space capsule or something, you know, it's 30 tons. It never gave the height. It gave the width, the circumference, and all that. Let me see. Ooh, yeah. Driver averts serious mishap as truck transmission snaps. The big Herald News. Here's the headline. This was, I mean, my dad saved maybe a dozen people's lives. It was going to crash. The thing. Let me see if we get that. Can you get that? Beautiful. Here it is, the Herald News. And this also made the front page of the Herald News. You can see that headline there. And I'll read it here. Driver averts serious mishap as truck transmission snaps. Residents of Clifton's Albion Place section did not know how close they were to danger and death yesterday afternoon. They owe their safety and lives to experienced truck driver Richard Mabey of Main Road in Lincoln Park. That was kind of nice, you know. Mabey was driving a trailer truck carrying a 30-ton piece of machinery down steep Mountain Park Road when the truck's transmission snapped. The truck was a few hundred feet from the top of the hill when the mishap occurred. Mabey's cool head cautiously applied his air brakes and hand emergency brakes and brought the rig to a stop. While shouting to his brothers, Jerry Mabey of 58 Hardwick Lane, Wayne, and Edward Mabey of Lincoln Park, to put blocks under the trailer wheels. The younger Mabey, like how are you supposed to know? He's got, well, this is the order. Uncle Ed was the oldest of the 3. Dad was in the middle, and Uncle Jerry was the youngest. But how would you know that? These guys are writing for big daily papers. The youngest Mabey was driving a pickup truck behind as a flag truck. He said he heard the sound when the big trailer truck's transmission snapped. The mishap occurred shortly after 2:00 p.m. The huge piece of steel machinery, 16 feet in diameter and 25 feet long, was bound for the Okanite Company's plant on 21st Avenue. I know where that is. Huh. 23rd, if you have Route 80, and you're going eastbound on Route 80 and through Patterson, right next to Route 80, parallel to Route 80 is 23rd Ave, then 22nd, 21st. So if you've ever driven on Route 80 in New Jersey through Patterson, you could look out your window as you're driving by, and you would see, because it was a little bit of a hill, you could actually have seen 21st Ave. But I thought that was all residential. That's Louis Pizarro, heck of a nice. I met him a couple times. Heck of a nice guy. 178 3rd Ave, Patterson. Walking alongside the trail. Pizarro. Well, there was a fellow that worked with Dad named Pizarro. That's kind of a coincidence. Oh, he's a pedestrian. Alongside the trailer truck with a pole to lift. This is him. I think they used to call him Big Lou or something, with a long pole to lift utility wires, ran down the hill to Valley Road, Clifton, to tell Anthony DeRisi. Oh, wow, I never been there. To summon help. Meanwhile, George Van Riper of Marshall Street, Patterson, walking on the other side of the truck, ran to the hilltop to detour traffic coming down the steep hill. Clifton police closed off the hill at Valley Road and Passaic County Park. Police detoured traffic from Garrett Mountain Reservation at the intersection with Benson Drive. Mabey's cool head kept safety first. The trucking company sent another tractor to tow in the trailer and more equipment to help make the transfer. Wow. I'll tell you, and Lincoln Park is 7.5 square miles. And at that time, there were about 10 working farms, mostly corn and tomato was the product. And each farm was about 85 acres. And there were a lot of woods. Now, my buddy Stu, he lived on this big hill in Lincoln Park, and they owned 25 acres. And then my family, we lived on the Mabey homestead stood on an estate that was 2 acres. But between my grandpa, and his 3 sisters, they owned about 25 acres, going all the way down to a wooded area, going down to the Morris Canal. So, people owned a lot of land then. And I think if there were like 3,000 people in town, I don't think there was more than 4,000 people back in 1963. But anyway, my dad was on the news, the microphone, and all that. And, they said he was a hero and all that. But, he became like the next day, everybody knew about it. Dad couldn't go to Moe's Sweet Shop, so he's signing autographs, Now here it is, the Patterson Evening News. This was a big. Patterson Evening News was the granddaddy of the daily papers in New Jersey. I mean, it was a big paper. I mean, the Sunday Patterson Evening News was about this thick. I mean, it was, I think it was like 50 cents. And it was thick as a brick. And then normally I think it was 15 cents or something, or a dime, or a nickel even. I don't know what it was. Transmission snaps. Trucker halts big load on steep hill. So here's the Patterson. This was a huge, I mean, we're talking like huge circulation. Patterson Evening News, and there's the, let me see, there's the headline there. And again, so transmission snaps, trucker halts big load on steep hill. Clifton dash. Richard Mabey of Main Road. It was actually Main Street. Lincoln Park prevented a catastrophe Tuesday afternoon when he brought his trailer truck carrying a 30-ton piece of machinery to a grinding halt on a steep hill, Mountain Park Road after its transmission had snapped. Mabey's quick thinking applied his air brakes and hand emergency brakes to bring the heavy vehicle and its huge load to a grinding stop. His brother, Jerry Mabey of 58 Hardwick Lane, Wayne, quickly put blocks under the trailer, which secured the truck's hold on to the road. Oh boy, it's not one word. There's not one word about Uncle Ed. Oh, gee, he must have been mad. If not for Mabey's quick thinking and cool attitude, all disaster may have occurred. The truck had left the Coven Steel Company plant in Dover that day to complete its trip. The truck is owned by the Main Trucking and Rigging Company of 21 Camden Street. Edward Mabey of Lincoln Park was also on the scene. I could see it. Oh, crow. When you're 9 years old, you don't even think about that. Like 70, I could see. Uncle Ed probably didn't talk to Dad for like a week or something. This is from Patterson. Oh, this is another day. Asked to keep heavy trucks. Oh, this is a whole nother. I don't want to cover everything, but yeah. So I'll put a little marker here. I'll do it. It's like I'm 22 minutes into this. So yeah, my father was an honest to goodness hero. I mean, the way I understand it is coming down this hill in Clifton, and of course there's houses on all sides, and I don't know what there was like a lot of, at the end of the hill were all stores, I don't know, like shops and everything. And if Dad had not been cool, calm, and collected, and got it, and it would have come down that hill like 90 miles, 30 tons coming down that hill, and probably would have wiped out like a dozen people, because this is Clifton. A lot of people are out there shopping and stuff, but I could see Uncle Ed. He must have been like, I hardly mentioned him. So what are you gonna do? This was fun. Tuesday's the big day for me, and I'm gonna put this up tomorrow, probably in the afternoon. And then I take Saturday and Sunday off, as you know, as many of you know. So Sunday or so I'll do a video for Monday, and then Monday I'll do a video I'll put up like Tuesday at probably like 4 a.m. or something. So I have to go in, have this procedure Tuesday, 2 stents, right coronary arteries, right ventricle is having serious problems. So a little bit nervous about it. So, you know, say a prayer for me or send me good vibes or, you know, that kind of thing. So, but, I'm 70. I had a good life. I got, so, yeah, whatever happens, happens. I guess I'll close. So, if you like this video, or even if you didn't like this video, please smash the like button. You know, put up a comment or two. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And it doesn't cost you anything. There's no trick. There's no asterisk. There's no jack in the box. It's totally free. Hit the bell. Sometimes the bell's on the right-hand side. Sometimes when you hit subscribe, the bell comes up as a pop-up. Hit the bell, and that'll let you know when I put up new videos. So I'm going to close. So keep a good thought. And stay happy, stay positive, stay healthy. This is Richard Mabey. Signing off.